Hi, I'm Alan Bresnik. I'm speaking with Ragu Masilamany from Incognito Software. We're going to be talking about a survey that we just conducted with Incognito about CSP's use of fiber-based services, their scaling challenges, and the impact on their back office systems.
There's never too much fiber. Right. So what we hear is operators, when you dig up, actually put in more than the capacity that you need, because there's always use cases coming along that you can either use residential services or backhaul, resale, or 5G, etc., etc. But the second part of that is to be able to use the fiber, you need to be able to have services that's launched on top of fiber in a more meaningful way. One of the things that we're hearing from the operators is that you need to essentially get the services faster. Whoever gets there first from a residential broadband perspective, they have a foothold in the market. So there's no price for being second on the fiber, specifically when you're doing upgrades and upsells, right? So it also dovetails into when you talk about velocity, you cannot stand behind a legacy OSS transformation project to get there. You have the fiber in, you need to sell the service faster so that you can actually grab the customers first.
In the survey, two options emerged as the top ones for fiber-based service providers with their OSS systems. They could either retrofit them or they could replace them. What's Incognito's perspective on that?
I think both of those options it's depending on the business case, it makes sense. There's a northbound impact on the BSS OSS launching fiber service. That's an important data point because that drives a lot of the IT change in order to introduce a new product, launch the service, roll out the service and lifecycle. So all of the BSS interfaces need to be fixed up and the product catalogs need to be updated. And fiber is not just another access mechanism, it's actually fundamentally, it's changing the landscape, right? And the second part is towards the southbound. Whether you go retrofit or the new approach, there's new network elements you have to connect to when you go to GPON, EPON, for example. And also it's an opportunity for the operators to introduce new vendors in a multi-vendor environment to get the right price point, right technology, and create competition in the vendor space. So north and the south, and I call the east and the west is around sort of life cycle managing the CPEs, firmware updates, keeping the security right, and also providing the platform services like DHCP, IP address planning, all of that going at the same time. Effectively, you're building somewhat a new network, so to speak.
Ragu, when it comes to activation and management of new fiber-based services, several challenges emerged as the top ones. What's your perspective on that?
When our customers are talking about the challenges, they're talking about not just rolling out fiber, but also delivering fiber in the context of the time now to our next generation customers in terms of how we actually package the product, how we actually deliver the service, how we actually diagnose and lifecycle management. So the legacy OSS are not built for a full cycle delivery of the services. They are not real time in most cases, and also they are in a different architecture paradigms. They are supposed to connect multiple systems to get the full view of the service. I don't think we can, they continue to operate that way. It's about time we actually look at the architecture differently. From an Incognito perspective, we actually have what we call a fiber service orchestration solution. It actually provides you all the way from the northbound, southbound I talked about, integrating to the BSS and also going all the way to the activating the devices at home, activating the access network, and also lifecycle managed services on top of that. So the fiber service orchestration solution can fit into the retrofit aspect as well, integrating into existing OSS stacks. And also it can stay as a standalone option where we also provide order management on top of that. So all the way from order management, activation, lifecycle management, and also providing the end-to-end service monitoring and diagnostics.
Ragu, thanks very much.